Dunedin TV presents your local weekly morning show from delightfully different Dunedin. Featuring Justin Gattaccio with Caitlin Hart. Including a musical performance by a local artist, an in-depth conversation with people in the know. This is Good Morning Dunedin.
This week on Good Morning Dunedin, I rode around Dunedin with Jesika Freeman to learn the ins and outs of golf carting in the city. Dunedin celebrated Fat Tuesday at House of Beer Brewing for the Cardi Gras stroll. Gregory Brady joins us in the studio to share his knowledge about the growth of golf karting and some of the rules and regulations involved with golf karting in Dunedin. We catch up with the Vitale brothers in the Art Corner. And lastly, we hear the musical talents of Billy Gumbo from Happy's Bayou Bites. All of this and more is coming up this morning on
Good Morning Dunedin.
I'm your host, Justin Gattaccio, and I'm here with my co-host, Caitlin Hart. Thank you all for tuning in this morning, whether on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, or on our local Dunedin TV cable channels 15 and 639. However you found us today, thanks for tuning in. So what's up, Caitlin? How you been?
So this past weekend was Valentine's Day, of course. So I had this cute little setup for when Jacob came over. And then we made a heart-shaped, an attempt at a heart-shaped homemade pizza.
Oh, look at that. It's not quite heart-shaped, is it?
Yeah,
nice try.
It didn't cut it. We just kind of molded it.
Yeah, I bet it tastes good.
Just,
it looks
it was delicious. Yes, it was. Yeah, it was our first homemade pizza.
Cool.
So it turned out good for that. And then we had a couple little martinis. Ooh. And then we did some...
Shake.
Then we did some chocolate fondue. So we had a bunch of stuff to dip in that. So it was really cute. I had a good Valentine's Day. So what about you?
I had a pretty good Valentine's Day. We were supposed to go camping, but it's an annual thing we do on Valentine's Day. But it was raining, so we didn't go camping. So we had we just kind of stayed home and made some heart-shaped strawberries and dipped them in chocolate.
Those are cute.
And I also played my my first tennis match of the season. I've been playing tennis for my whole life, but this is like my 15th season of Ultimate Tennis.
Oh, wow.
And so we're all ranked, and then you play other guys who are ranked
in the same level as you.
Rank, yeah, the same level. And so the matches are really good. I ended up winning my first match in 3 sets.
Congrats!
Thank
That's
you.
awesome.
It was extremely hard. It was a long 3 sets. It's like 3 hours or something.
Oh my gosh!
A lot of tennis. So that's what I've been up to.
Sounds fun though. So it sounds like we both had a really fun, nice Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it was. So for you guys who have been following along the past year, we've been doing our show every week for 50 weeks. So today's episode is episode 50. Can you believe that?
It's actually, that's kind of hard to believe. I can't believe we've done so many already. And we haven't even hit our year mark yet.
Yeah, a couple more episodes. We started on March 6th, right before the pandemic hit, to have this show that promotes all the fun events in Dunedin. And then all of a sudden there were no events, and
it got harder.
It got a lot harder, and we ended up going virtual. I was working from home, doing the show from my living room, my office at home, and the show's just evolved into what you guys see here today. And
so I think we made it work for what we had to work with.
Do you have any favorite memories of the show that you can recall?
Oh man, I think the one of my favorite ones is definitely in the very beginning, where we were trying to do our little promo video.
Oh, and you couldn't stop laughing?
Yes, because of what you said.
Good morning, Dunedin! I'm Justin Hart.
And that was it right there. I just lost it for like 5 minutes.
That was a lot of fun, yeah.
But that was definitely the best memory so far. And then little crafty corners, those get fun sometimes.
Crafty corners are fun.
Yeah.
I've really enjoyed all the musical guests we've had on the show. And thank you all for coming on our show and playing for us, and for everybody watching. Thanks for tuning in again. We really appreciate it. Let's get 50 more in the books, huh?
Let's do it.
All right.
So what's going on in the Community Corner news?
Natalie Gass is our sustainability coordinator for the City of Dunedin, and she's calling in today to talk about the Dream webinar series. Natalie, can you hear me?
Yeah, thank you so much, Justin. Happy to be on the show today.
Yeah,
So,
thanks
like
for
you were
coming on.
saying, oh, thank you. Yeah, so our Dream webinar series and our community forums, this is for a really exciting project we have going on. And DREAM stands for Dunedin's Resilient Environmental Action Master Plan. A bit of a mouthful, but we like to summarize it with DREAM and really play off those words with the idea that we're dreaming for the future and we want to hear from the community about the sustainable actions that we can bring into the city.
Okay, so you're the leader of this project, Natalie. Can you tell us about the forum that's coming up on February 20th?
Yeah, absolutely. This Saturday, we have a community forum. It's for any community member. So whether you're a resident, business owner, if you're a visitor here, or if you work in Dunedin, we want to hear from you. And that will be at 10 a.m. It is virtual, and you can register on the Dunedin Dream page on the city's website.
Great. So I got a quick question. What does sustainability mean to you?
Sustainability is really about incorporating environmental action into every asset of life, basically. It's about, thinking about how you're gardening better, how you're making cleaner energy with solar power, and even transportation. You're getting around in an electric vehicle or a golf cart. We have a lot of great golf carts here in Dunedin. And so thinking about just different ways to incorporate being better to the earth and to the people. And those can be very creative ways, which is really fun.
Great, Natalie. Can you tell us a little bit more about the virtual event and what people can expect in the forum?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's basically a community forum, just virtual. So it will be a Zoom event. You'll see everyone's faces, and we'll have different questions that we'll ask you in order to get your input and feedback on what you want to see here in the city. So you will be joined with other residents or visitors or business owners, and you will have the ability to share your thoughts and ideas and, of course, your dreams.
Great. I'm looking forward to it. So let me ask you, what type of world do you think the next generation will grow up in?
I think it's one that will be very connected and informed. Sustainable action is always focusing on how to make things better for people, better for wildlife, and better for our ecosystems. So I think it's a very positive approach to society and to our quality of life here in Dunedin and around the world.
Yeah, let's hope so. I think you're right. So I would personally like to see solar panels on the new City Hall. I have solar panels at my house. And as the city is writing its environmental plan, the staff really wants to hear the needs and hopes of the community. So we're asking people to share their thoughts by attending this community forum. Your voice, our dream. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's our dream together as a city. And if for some reason you're not able to attend this Saturday's event, there are 3 upcoming events in March. And so those will all be on the Dunedin Dream page. And there will also be a survey. So you're welcome to either attend or take the survey.
Well, great, Natalie. Was there anything else you'd like to add this morning?
No, I'd just like to say thank you. And I'm looking forward to hearing from everyone. Thank you.
All right. Well, if you have any questions, people at home, you can contact Natalie Gass. Her number is 727-298-3215, extension 1324. Well, thanks again, Natalie, for coming on Good Morning Dunedin. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Just want to say thank you for having me on the show today, and good morning, Dunedin.
All right. Thanks again, Natalie.
All right.
And again, you can find out more information on the Dream Project by going to dunedingov.com. We're going to take a quick break. Please enjoy this message from the Dunedin Public Library.
I'm Christina, librarian at the Dunedin Public Library. Did you know that the Dunedin Public Library will search the 48 contiguous states for items that are not found locally, such as books or articles? The rules are simple. You'll just have to ask a librarian here at the library for any of those items that you're unable to find. Interlibrary loan items are all free. You can come to the information desk to request those items. You can visit us at dunedingov.com/library, or you can email us at dunedinlibrary@dunedinfl.net.
Welcome back to Good Morning Dunedin. In other community corner news, Dunedin Goes Carting celebrated Fat Tuesday at the House of Beer Brewing Beer Garden for a golf cart decorating contest.
All right, well, great carts, everybody. Happy Mardi Gras. Let's keep the good times rolling.
Those decorations were so awesome, almost like the real Mardi Gras.
Almost.
Can't wait to find out who the winner was.
Yeah. Speaking of golf carts, I rode around with Jesika Freeman this week with Dunedin Goes Carting to learn some of the do's and don'ts of carting around Dunedin.
Hi, I'm Jesika Freeman. I'm with Dunedin Goes Carting. I'm one of the volunteers that helps put together community events here in Dunedin with the golf cart community. We're here at the Zachary L. Shannon Memorial VFW Post 2550 in Dunedin because this is where we hold 4 of our major events throughout the year. We have our holiday parades, we do fundraisers through that, and the money comes directly here to the VFW to serve the veterans in our community. Dunedin Goes Carting is for the residents, by the residents. We have a Facebook group and a website at Dunedin Goes Carting where you can get all the information on any events that are coming up, so make sure you follow so you never miss a great event. We do a 4th of July event. We also have a Halloween trunk or treat. We have a Christmas parade on the north side and the south side, so that's 2 nights. And of course, we're always ready to decorate for Mardi Gras, and we're always ready to decorate for any event that we can do.
Thanks, Jesika. We had a lot of fun carting around Dunedin. I actually thought I could go from the marina up Alt 19 to Main Street, but there's a big sign that says no golf carts. So you have to go through Monroe Street to get across Alt 19. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have Gregory Brady in the studio. He's allegedly the second person to own a golf cart in Dunedin. Welcome back to Good Morning Dunedin. With me in the studio today is Gregory Brady, the owner of Salon GW. Gregory is also a golf cart enthusiast. Welcome to the show, Gregory.
Thank you, Justin. Good morning, Dunedin.
Gregory, can you give us a brief history about who you are and your role in the city planning and development?
Well, I have had a business here in Dunedin for about 35 years. Before that, I actually started working down here at 18 in the downtown core and moved here when I was 10. I also started the Dunedin Merchants Association downtown Dunedin Merchants Association, which started the Mardi Gras and the Wines and Blues festivals. So with Dunedin being kind of, that town where everybody wanted to just either walk around or just kind of tool around, it just made sense in my role in CRA, which is our redevelopment for downtown, that we start having that conversation.
Yeah, Dunedin is a very walkable community and is just perfect for golf cart. Can you tell us how Dunedin became a golf cart community?
Well, it started because in Florida, if you have a golf course in your community, you automatically have a mile circumference around that golf course that says, you can come from your house to the golf cart or to the golf course, because they want you to be able to get there, and they don't have a lot of storage usually on grounds for like personal golf carts. So people bring them from their home. Well, when we looked at downtown, there was a couple problems. There were state roads in between and different things like that. And so it was kind of difficult to cross. And we had a great traffic engineer at the time. And we looked to basically create another golf cart kind of, I guess, circle, bubble, and then hook it to that one. And so that was just really took several years, and it took people to understand that, we had some people thinking that it was a detriment to a community when actually it's an amenity. Like if you're purchasing a house and you can use a golf cart to go downtown and hang out and go eat and stuff like that, it's really a benefit. So
absolutely,
we were all for it. Yeah.
Well, Dunedin is sort of a unique city. There's not a ton of cities in Pinellas County that have this, so it is definitely a draw for people to come to Dunedin and drive their fun golf carts around.
Right.
Can you tell us a little bit about some of the newer updates to the golf plan?
Well, like I said, one of the problems was, let's say that you lived over near the golf course and you wanted to come to downtown, which the downtown is a draw, the beach is a draw, the stadium, different things like that. A lot of our amenities like that are a draw, but the problem is you have some streets that are 35 miles an hour, 40 miles an hour, and you can't take a golf cart on those streets. So the ordinance pretty much reads that, it is a 25 mile an hour or under. So those streets had to kind of fit that plan. And even though that was a challenge, we found some different ways. One of our commissioners actually went all the way to the state level. Once, we were looking at Skinner Boulevard because that's 580. It's a DOT run artery, or corridor through town. And even though it just seemed like, hey, let's just hop across, which is what people were doing, it just wasn't legal. And people started to get pulled over. And then you had to go to end up skirting around that. You had to kind of go all the way down to the water and go up Victoria Drive, which is not the smoothest surfaced road in the city. And so some of us started going to the city commission, and kind of, talking to them about that and saying, we got to find a better way. And Bass Boulevard made a lot of sense, but it was daunting because it was 5 roads coming into one intersection, which really just kind of scares some people from a liability standpoint. So we found out that, just by changing the way that the traffic signals operate, it was very doable, and it's really worked well. It allows so many people from so many different areas to come to that one location and cross into downtown, because the downtown is probably other than our busiest state park in the state of Florida, Honeymoon Island, it's probably the most visited place in Dunedin.
And unfortunately, speaking of Honeymoon Island, that is not one of the locations you can get to on a golf cart.
No, my first golf cart was a high-speed vehicle.
I recall.
So, you could have a plate on it, and I could get to Honeymoon Island, and it was terrifying. So I would never suggest anyone do that. We just had to pull over every time a car was coming. But I think that now, what I see is exactly what we thought of back then. In a way, it's an economic driver because now you've got businesses opening up that sell, rent, and service golf carts in the area. It's become really good business. You have homes that are actually, it adds value. So it raises, the base price of the home, raises, our taxable, income that comes into the city. So I think it's kind of a win-win. And, as long as people act responsibly and, don't let, 12-year-olds drive and stuff like that, I think, it's a great thing.
Yeah, that's another issue we have. So underage people driving,
right.
People driving their carts without having them registered, drunk cart driving, and people think it's totally fine to get inebriated and drive your golf cart, and certainly it's safer than possibly driving a real car, because you can only go 15 miles an hour in a golf cart. But those are all things that we're talking about correcting and really teaching people. And that leads me to my next question. What kind of advice would you have for new golf cart owners in Dunedin?
I would say that, and I had this conversation this morning with one of our city leaders, be responsible because, you don't drink and drive. So why would you drink and drive a golf cart? Your kids don't drive your cars. So why would you let your kid drive your car? You don't drive your car on a sidewalk, so don't drive your golf cart on a sidewalk. And the trail is no motorized vehicles. And, we had the conversation of, what about, I saw somebody on a Segway. That is an assisted device for a handicap, whereas a golf cart is not. So, if you're just smart and you're responsible, and also I would really say that when you register it, I think that the city needs to take a stronger step in going out and taking a look at your vehicle. Because some people get them registered, they don't have a windshield, they don't have seat belts, they don't have a horn, they don't have turn signals. Those are all required in the city to have a decal. So I would say that the city needs to step it up a little bit. And I know that COVID provides a challenge, but we do Zoom meetings for everything else. You can always do a little Zoom inspection of your golf cart and I'll be good to go. But I think, just be safe out there. And I think that, you hate to think along the lines of, a bad apple can spoil the barrel.
Right.
And if we have some unfortunate incident, an accident or something like that, it could take away something that a lot of people are enjoying. So I'd say just be safe, be responsible.
Right. And the community's really rallied around this golf cart thing. There's a Dunedin Goes Carting is a large organization now that holds all these fun, Mardi Gras, Christmas, Halloween parades, and it's another great amenity to the city of Dunedin.
Right.
And we look forward to years to come of more golf carting, and we do ask that everybody register their golf carts with the city, with planning and development over at 1415 Pinehurst. You can find out more information on DunedinGov.com, and really just be safe out there. Use your heads. Golf carts are just like cars, but you can't go on the main high-speed roads. So, like you were saying earlier, don't drive on the sidewalk, and don't drive on the trail, and use the crossings. So there's a map that's available for golf carts that shows all the major crossings, like Bass Boulevard, Monroe, and then
there's one at Palm Boulevard also that was always there because of the golf course. Yeah. Right. And, I think that too, what I like to see is, we've had over the years challenges with paid parking and different things like that. These are a great green way to go to work, especially as we're urbanizing and we're seeing the downtown give a lot more, effort toward that live, work, and play environment. It's really great that you can take your golf cart to the store. And I realize there are some gas golf carts, but the majority are electric. It does save on parking spaces. We're actually creating parking spaces just for golf carts, and you can fit usually 2 golf carts to 1 regular car space. So it'll also, help with the parking problem. Go green, worry about climate change because it is there. And I think that's, this is one more tool that we have in our toolbox to help combat that. So that's a great thing.
Absolutely. And there's even golf cart charging stations around town. I know the library has a spot for your golf cart. So if you're going to the library and you're going to be in there a while, you can plug your golf cart in for free while the library's open. I know there's that one. I think there's a couple more around town. And
do you have to have a library card to plug your golf cart in?
I'm not sure about that.
Because just on down the line, you could just have people dropping it off overnight.
Well, it's only open
while the library's open.
While the library's open. So that's the catch there. Well, thank you again so much for your time, Gregory.
You're welcome.
Where can people find you around town?
Well, I sit on the board of the chamber. I'm the vice chair of marketing there. So I encourage everybody, if you've got some volunteer time, definitely volunteer for chamber or downtown merchants. I am at Salon GW. I'm only behind the chair now 1 day a week, as it's been 35 years, but I got a really great team there. We're on the corner of the Pinellas Trail and Main Street. Like I said, I had been in the salon since 1985, believe it or not. So now I've got some other things going on, but I also live downtown. I live right off of Skinner. So I take my golf cart to work all the time. And I encourage everybody to do the same. And if you need your hair did, you know where to come.
All right. Well, thank you again, Gregory,
Thanks.
for coming on Good Morning Dunedin. And, we'll see you around town on your cart.
All right. See you guys later.
All right. We are going to take a quick break. And when we return, we'll have the Vitale brothers in today's Art Corner. Stay tuned.
I wanted to have something that reminded everybody of the coming home process, the little girl hugging her father and Rosie the Riveter, more of the home process than the going away part, because that's the part we all know about and see enough of, and this was just something that felt a little more appropriate.
Thanks, Johnny. I really do like that mural a lot.
Yeah, I love the patriotic theme. I used to pass by it every day.
Yeah, it's nice. It's right on the trail and everything.
And now it's time for some birthday shout-outs. Happy birthday to Lauren. She was born and raised in Dunedin. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to Heather. She's deathly allergic to cats, but somehow overcame the reactions and adopted 3 furry hooligans.
Happy birthday to Jack Fury. Jack is the one who designed the Dunedin TV logo. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to Scotty Lee, aka Treble Hook. Scotty was a former Good Morning Dunedin musical guest. Happy birthday.
Don't forget to send in your birthday shout-outs.
Happy birthday, everybody. Before we hear our musical guest this week, Billy Gumbo, I want to thank our guests Natalie Gass, Jesika Freeman, Gregory Brady, and Johnny Vitale. And of course, you, wherever you are, for joining us. You can reach out to us on social media to share your story and birthdays. And please remember to be kind to one another and stay safe out there. Caitlin.
Good morning, Dunedin.
were you? Where were you? Yeah, you came home early this morning. Son was just. Oh no. We'll meet again. Where were you?